Hey there, it's Elizabeth, and welcome back to another flip through. So, today we're going to finish out the June 2019 my creative daily journal. Okay, so here's where I left you hanging on the day that we found out my son, he was diagnosed with testicular cancer, and that's where we ended. So, there's my beautiful son right there, right before surgery. Yeah. So he had, if you remember back here, this all happened very quickly. So on a Wednesday, he went to the GP. On a Thursday, he had the ultrasound. On a Friday, he was diagnosed. The following Monday is when he had surgery. So this day right here, I do believe this is the palette for the Arteza 36 premium watercolors that I love so much. And I was having a lot of fun making these layered flowers inspired by Emma Lefevre here on YouTube. And so I did a little bit of stenciling on the back and yeah, made this into a card, my journaling card. So I was playing with my new watercolors and still adding layers. Okay, so what I wanted to do is, because I was doing a collaboration with Arteza, so what I wanted to do was show how I do these layered flowers. But since I don't edit my videos, I had to do them all in sections. So I had how many layers are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, 7. So I had seven, cards each in its next stage of painting. So anyway, I'll leave that video below if you want to check it out. It really is a fun video, and of course I'll link Emma's video as well. And yeah, still can't believe my baby boy has cancer. Hard time sleeping. And then again, like I said, this is my son on his surgery day. And yeah, just information about that. I wrote here, "You are my sunshine." This is a medical mask. And then, my son has such a sweet spirit. He was when we went in, because we were able to go in and see him right before the surgery. And, it's funny because if you see here, he's holding up his hands like this, like that. Now, that's one of two things. I mean, normally if you're saying peace, it's like this, but if you're doing it this way, it means something totally different, especially in the UK. So I'm not really sure what he was doing there. One can never guess. With my son anyway. So he was, but anyway, we went in right before he was rolled into surgery, and there was a lady in there, and he was, they had something. Oh, they had these electrodes on. I'm like, what? Why are you hooked up like that? I don't think you need that. He said, no, it's for helping soldiers. They were gonna do something. I'm not really sure what it was for. Quite honestly, I'd have to ask my son. But they came in and they asked, would you be willing to get hooked up to these machines so that we can get this information while you're in surgery, so that we can help our soldiers in the field, I guess, I don't know, work more efficiently or help the medical needs of the soldiers or whatever. Anyhow, so my son agreed to do that. And I did, yeah, on here, my perfect sunshine, I wrote a Bible verse that I was thinking about that day. And then I did this card. This was actually like a pamphlet from the hospital itself. And so I wrote about, yeah, all of that. And, oh, and I had posted something to my community page here on YouTube asking, for prayer, and y'all were so gracious. And I thank you again for all of that. And then here's a little Chick-fil-A, because luckily my son was able to come home that same day. I mean, he'd had major surgery, but he was able to come home that day, and we were thrilled. And so as he was, obviously he was coming out of anesthesia. They do that at the hospital, but he was still groggy and whatnot, and but he wanted Chick-fil-A, and we don't have a Chick-fil-A near where we live. But there was one on the way home. So either my daughter or my husband somebody got on their phone and we're like, where's the nearest Chick-fil-A? So yeah, we got our Sonshine Chick-fil-A. And we were just praising the Lord. So happy that everything went well. He was able to go home that day. And yeah. And then this day here, I'm just feeling very thankful. And this napkin is a beautiful napkin for my sweet sister Karen down under. And yeah, I just made a little pocket. Didn't have too much to say other than amen, and feeling very thankful that my son got through his surgery. And he was home this day. What was this? A Tuesday? Yeah, he had a surgery on Monday, and then rested the rest of Monday, obviously. This day he stayed home from work, obviously, and he was having a hard time getting around. So, you know, of course, we made him his little sick bed on the couch in the living room, and, you know, tried to keep him as comfortable as possible. And then this day here, my husband must have gone to the pain doctor, I guess. And so my son was home again this day. And yeah, we had a pretty good day. Sonshine was doing well, getting around better day by day. I don't really even think he took much pain medication, if I recall. Anyway, Big Handsome went to the pain doctor and they put him on a new medication. No, they increased the dosage of a certain medication that he was on. So, and then I think on this day while he was out, my husband picked up a cane for our Sonshine because, you know, he was having a hard time walking and getting to and from like the restroom and stuff like that. So, yeah, but he was doing really, really well. So, and this was a Wednesday, and then, yeah, my son was thinking about going to work the next day on Thursday. So, you know, we were like, hey, if you feel up to it, go for it. He didn't want to miss much more work is the thing, because he was in classes and he was having a final exam, I think, on this Friday. And so, yeah, he needed to study because, you know, he had missed Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of work. So he actually went into work on Thursday, like two days after having surgery. It was, I mean, crazy, but he's my little hero. So this background here is I believe it's Tim Holtz tissue paper that my girlfriend Debbie, she has a YouTube channel as well, Debbie's Journals. I'll list it below. And this was my prayer for my Sonshine this day. I photocopied it out of my Jesus Calling book. And then here is some more lovely items that I got from Debbie. And so I did everything was all about little boys here. My sweet little boy. So yeah, we couldn't be more proud of him. He got up and went to work. I couldn't believe it. He wasn't driving at the time though. He wasn't able to drive. So my husband got up and took him into work and went back in and picked him up when he was done. Yeah. So, and I'm not sure if he used his cane this day or not, but he didn't really use the cane all that much. So I think he did use it this day. I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah, total rock star. I can't believe he went to work already. Okay, and then on this day here, could be either when I got this is the day that I did my Twi marker review for Arteza on my channel. Again, I'll leave all the links below. And here's just another little tidbit about the Arteza Twi markers. This is the paper that they sent me that I used, the watercolor paper. It's 110-pound paper. And as far as the Twi markers went, of course I'll leave the link below, but to the collaboration video so you can watch it for yourself. But my suggestion, if you're going to use the Twi markers as watercolors, I would suggest drawing on a sheet of paper and wetting a brush and using it that way. It works a lot better than drawing on the paper and then taking a water brush to it. The water doesn't really move. But anyway, so, but they are really, I love the Twi markers for the lettering, right? I love, that's how I did this right here. I used the Twi markers up here, and then one, the brush tip for here, and then the other tip for here. You are my Sonshine. So I really like doing that kind of lettering. So that was fun. And then on this day, this was a Friday, so yeah, Big Handsome took Sonshine into work again so he could take his exam. I played around in my art room with the Twi markers and filmed a video. Yeah, and then I just found that they're not very blendable, you know, but they are great if you put them on a piece of plastic and use them that way with a water brush. Anyhow, and I like them again for the lettering. And then in the afternoon, my husband and daughter and I laid out by the pool, and that's what this little tag is for. I got this in Happy Meal. And yeah, so we hung out by the pool, and it was nice just to sit and hang out together and talk and listen to music and enjoy time together. And yeah, and then my son called on his way home, not on his way home from work. I think he was out at work, he was done with work, but he was waiting for Big Handsome to go pick him up. And he called, and I was like, oh, how'd your test go? You know, he says, oh, I got 100. I was like, oh my goodness. Yeah, I hit like, what, 3 days after surgery, this major test at work, and he got 100 on it. I mean, he's like a total rock star. This day I must not have had any notes for, so I just took, again, another piece, sorry, there's red. Took a piece from Gail Price, is the artist, and this is from Stampington Magazine. And I took a stencil and used archival ink and stenciled on it, then took a colored Sharpie and just circled Dream On. And then on this day here, let's see, this was a Sunday. And again, didn't have notes, but I know that we went out and about with Sonshine. So he was getting around and he was doing really, really well as far, you know, from the surgery. Not even a week prior. So we went out to pick wall paint for my son's new house. And so this is the color that he chose. It's a very dark gray, but I mean, now it's already done and painted. But back then, of course, we didn't know what it was going to look like. It looks beautiful. And then just found this in a little book that my girlfriend Karen had sent me a while back. And then, yeah, because I didn't really have notes, I know we went to Home Depot to get the paint or to pick the paint color. I don't think we bought it yet because my son hadn't signed on his house yet. So at this point in time. And then, so yeah, I just did a collage and the colors of his house now are like blues and grays, and yeah, so that is the end of the book. Yeah, so I'm all done, and this was again the end of June 2019. So there you have it. Thank you for sharing your time with me, and I hope you enjoyed that flip, and have a great rest of your day and a wonderful rest of your week, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.